So glad you made it to Club NGMI episode 20. If you like round numbers, it's a good one for us. We're going to talk some Clonex. We're going to talk some lemons. We're going to talk some Kevin Rose. We're going to talk some NFTs. We're going to talk some Skies Falling. ETH is dead. Layer 2s. Other L1s are the way to go. Let's have fun.
Club NGMI are not financial advisors. The content on this show is for educational purposes only. Do not overinvest by a lot. Oh God, do your own research. We need likes and subscribes to go up. Can't devs do something? We are so glad you made it.
Club NGMI.
You're welcome, everybody. I finally did an intro correctly. I believe start to finish, got the timing down decently well. It's going to be a good show. Lululemon, how was your week?
It's good. We've been going through this lemon reveal right now, and someone in the Discord said, I should change my name to Lululemon. So I went for it. I have right here some lemon Lysol disinfecting wipes. So put that in view. That was the closest thing I had. I don't have any physical lemons or lime, so went with that for the background today.
I think that's the worst prop that I've seen so far. I love the effort. It's just the most off the wall. I love it. Babs, how's your week?
Week was good. I missed last week's show because I was sick, and that's been running through my house nonstop. So week was spent dealing with sick kids, getting over being sick myself. But other than that, like a pretty good NFT week. I would say like there's more mints, I'd say, that were, actually winners than there were losers. And yeah, like it was, good week that way. I, paper handed things quicker than I should have, but on that, I was happy to have some wins for NFTs.
How about you, Trey? What's going on?
Good. I think this is the first week that I'm like fully recovered, like have all my energy back, which is nice. Babs is over there hurting. So nice to kind of be on the other side of that. But no, it's been good to kind of jump back in the Discord and start chopping it up with everybody. Minted a shit ton of lemons, so it felt good to really just degen back into something. And I was vibing with the lemons, so excited to get into it.
So Lulu, as the lemon party leader, can you please give me the thesis on lemons? I saw them. I didn't mint them just because they seemed silly and I was tired. So what? Sell me on lemon.
Yeah, Klon from Cool Cats, as I don't want to say backed them because I don't think it was like financially a thing, but he's talking about them on their town hall and then tweeted about them with some of the rare ones, like this rare. So the thesis behind buying lemons, it was limited to 15 per wallet. So there couldn't be someone just bulk buying 100 of them very easily, 5 per transaction, not 20 per transaction like Punk's Comics or anything like that. And then 0.025, so cheap entry point. I know a lot of people who their girlfriends, it was their first mint that their girlfriends had. It was relatively easy to mint because gas didn't spike like crazy, but it was moving the whole time. There was a pre-sale. Pre-sellers got out of the way and it didn't just immediately mint out. I'm seeing people are switching their Discord avatars to it. And the Discord itself, the Lemons Discord, has some of the best emotes that we've seen in a little while. So it's a cool little project. And I mean, I don't know what the full, the lemon map, they don't call it a road map. It's the lemon map. I'm not sure, but the next part of it is world domination. So if that's not exciting, then I don't know what is.
I think one of the old Cool Cats mods is who is behind the project. That's why it's
Yeah.
associated with Cool Cats. I think that's what I heard. So that was kind of part of the thesis is the Cool Cats community will back it. I only minted 5 because I was too distracted that day, but they passed the cute test, I'd say.
I do like the vibe. I miss. We'll see. I might buy one or two. I don't know. We'll see if I vibe with one. I've been trying to buy a Cool Cat, and then I've officially currently ended that quest. So maybe I'll drop down to a lemon. I can afford a lemon.
Nate in our Discord, he second guide the #1 rarity. If you saw that,
I know. I saw that's so good. That's so sick.
That's quite the bet. I'm too scared to do
so
that
there's
stuff.
6
but-
one of
Talk
us.
about upside, though. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
that's
for
where
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if these do hit
Yeah.
like a 1 floor, then I mean, holy shit, you're
It's
sitting
like-
on.
It's like the time Dangy second guide that Toads.
I think that was one of the
And then
best
immediately
guys
flipped it.
for like
Yeah.
3
I
more
wonder
ETH,
what
though.
that.
That's
was,
correct.
I mean, that
Yeah.
was one
No,
of
I
our best
know.
second guys that we've seen.
Man, if you would have sold it, if you would have sold the top on that, holy shit. I mean, that
No.
would have been.
But that would require you to hold it, right? Through
I know.
all that?
I
Yeah.
know.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick detour then, Trey. This was actually on my list, my whiteboard of topics.
Yeah.
EZ had this on the list of how do you explain to your he calls his partner his roommate. Like, how do you explain how much time you spend on the computer? My wife has needled me exactly one time about that toad sale, because I told her like, don't do that. So how? So yeah, Trey, you're needling me back. Thank you. I'm just giving you a hard time. So how? We'll get back to spouses, I think. Let's stay on lemons. I do like the vibe. Are we? We've talked a lot about what meta are we in. Are we in a different like cute vibe meta? Because I think we're almost there. Like I think we're out of Wolf game meta. Thank God.
That was awful. I never got in on one of those.
They were so hard. It's hard to play correctly and just drove me personally insane.
I think it's more back to
I
like
like
the
the cute.
cheap. It's like a cheap one. It seems like we haven't had one that's like everything's minting at like 0.08 or 0.1. There's a lot of like 0.1 mints right now. Yeah, there is some like old pixel art kind of stuff that's in right now, but we haven't really seen one like this recently, right? When was the last like Cool Cat lookalike one that wasn't like a direct derivative, like the uncool cats?
Well, we had
Yeah.
we had that meta
I mean,
for a
there's probably a lot
while.
that fit the
Like
bill.
we had those like bear market bears. Like every project felt like it was the thick black lines with a different animal there for a bit.
Mhm.
You know which
And then-
one they reminded me of? Pudgy Penguins. This has Pudgy Penguin vibes so far, I think.
Yeah, I could see that. Like kind of similar, like cute, kind of like
Simple
clean.
thesis. Yeah.
Clean PFP. Like there was that there was that meta for a while, like clean BFPs, big black thick lines, like simple kind of arts of different animals, and we kind of faded off that. But yeah, it kind of fits that a little bit.
I think
Oh.
I think I saw a lot of people that were, well, I don't know about a lot of people, but I saw discussion about them being the worry before they revealed was that they might look too much alike, but I think
No,
they
I don't
did a
find that.
pretty good job, like between the colors and then the colors on the like accessories and like the hats and the, whatever they're holding and stuff are like super bright and vibrant so that you can actually like see them and they're different. So I was worried about that, to be honest. But once I saw these reveal, they're a lot different or they're unique, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I don't find that. Yeah, like that's the one thing about like I don't even know how to pronounce it out loud. That motherfuckers. That I found that
MFers.
They all
MFers,
look alike, yeah.
They all look alike.
Yeah.
Like if you look through 30 of them on the floor, they all kind of look the same. They have different watches, different backgrounds, but they all look the same. Like I think that's really what hurt that project compared to when you scan these ones. They look enough different that you don't really notice it, right? Like.
Well, and if you're going to do a project like MFers, I think you have to make the supply lower than 10,000. When they look that much alike, it's like there's like 8,000 of them that look literally almost identical, and then there's like 2,000 that look like unique.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would agree there.
Even Castle Kids, they're yellow and they all look the same, and I don't really vibe with them, even though they have big backing from like J Balvin apparently liked them and a couple other artists. I don't know what else is going on.
Yeah.
It seemed just
I think I
weird.
saw what those one looked like. They didn't really like appeal to me, the art of them.
No, I'll pull them up for the folks watching. I'll pump my own bags of Castle Kids because
So
I have Castle Kids with no lemons.
secondary thesis, because I got sent a text today from a person IRL, and it said that Jeopardy had FUD as an answer today.
What?
So my thought is, are we going to have like a revival of these cheap mints because people are going to come in and like, oh, what are you going to have as your first mint? Like, what's this idea? And like, is there going to be a revival of these like 0.05 and under mints, that entry point for people?
Okay, these Castle Kids are dead. It's over. I'm looking at highest last sale. I was trying to find cool
Dude.
ones, and I started seeing Weth offers on the second row, and I'm like, okay, it's over.
Yeah.
How many of
calling it.
these do you have? Do you still have any?
I have 2. I sold one. I listed one for 0.6, which would be like the 4th highest sale, and mine was not rare. So yeah, that was wishful thinking. I'll pull up the lemons to check out the lemon vibe too. Let's see what those are doing.
I didn't even see. Was the Castle Kids a whitelist? I didn't even notice that one.
I don't think
Then it
I
popped up.
remember potentially. I think I remember trying to decide whether I was going to mint those or not. So they must not. There must have been at least a
Yeah.
public sale.
I chose to sit out too. I think there was a public sale, but I think they went pretty fast right at the end.
It
Dan,
did, and I
you're
think that was the
one.
bullish part
Yeah.
for me, at least.
Mhm.
What, Lou? Do you know what the answer was for the Jeopardy?
I thought the answer was FUD. I figured I was going to see a clip that people on Twitter were going to be.
No, Lou, you don't play Jeopardy, so you have to answer in the form of a question. So I was asking what the question was by asking you what the answer was. Do you see what I'm saying? The answer would be what
So
is
the question
FUD?
was probably, what is FUD? Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I'm not sure. I'll have to try to find that clip.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Do they have that? Trying to see
Woo!
where I would find it. Yeah, so that third sale right there is Nate. That's one he has.
Love it.
And then that fourth one is someone in our Discord, I think.
They
Is it
second
really?
guide it too.
Right? Who
Yeah.
just
We
said-
bought it
someone just
or we
said,
sold
click
it?
Click
Click
it.
it.
Someone is using a PFP that looks just like that right now. But I don't know. The mushroom head could be Squanchita. I don't know who that is.
White Mike has the one that looks like that. I just
Right?
saw his message.
Okay.
Yeah.
His looks
I don't know.
identical to it, other than the eyes, maybe.
I like the one that's like a real lemon. That one's kind of funny.
I
Yeah,
also
that is
minted
funny.
so many because I was just tilting Hunter Renfro getting like 15 catches and touchdowns. So I needed
Well,
to
it
do
was a
something
good
else.
tilt, man. I mean, we're at 0.06 right now, so even if you assume like a
0.06?
0.03,
Is that what it
yeah,
is?
we're at
Wow.
we're at
Pretty good.
0.06.
We are
bucks. So, I
moving.
mean, even if you assume like a 0.03 cost basis here, which is, I
Mm,
think is
these-
probably
I
high.
think it's 0.035. Yeah.
These
I
are
think that's probably
cool.
high. Dude,
Yeah, they
I'm
are
saying
cool.
I like these.
The
I looked
rainbow
at their
cakes.
website on Sunday. I'm glad Lou got on these because I popped up that website and I was like, these are a vibe.
Yeah.
They are pretty unique.
Oh, the
When
hoodie
you scroll
one.
through them, like they
That's
look enough
dope.
different that.
Right.
We are shilling lemons so hard.
How much are we getting paid for these lemon shills?
Yeah, like how
by
often
the
have
way?
we ever done this? Like scrolled through an open sea and
Well,
just looked.
It's interesting. We've done some self scouting and like, oh wow, Mr. Overzet, I know who we're live streaming on his side too. He requested the audio version of our Wednesday show on DeFi Kingdoms, which was over 2 hours of DeFi Kingdoms, and he's like, "Can I get the audio for that?" I'm like, "Why?
No one wants
People like to listen to
that.
this." So it was crazy. So the self scouting is be like, you should treat this for the audio as well. And now we're going through OpenSea, so I'm just going counter to the self scouting that we did, which is pretty great. So I'm going lemon shopping, guys. We'll do this live.
I would say the other good thing about this mint specifically was I saw people talking about it in 3 different Discords. Like it seems like people are positive about it, and something that Babs has noted before. There's a lot of FUD in the space right now, and it seems like so far people have been positive on the lemons.
Hmm.
I might have
Has
to
anybody on the
list
show
some of mine.
genied? Have you all genied before?
I haven't done it. No.
I haven't. I'm kind of like scared of doing it. I don't know. I'm worried I'm going to mess it up, and then all of a sudden I buy like 5 ETH worth of some floor. But it'd be funny. It'd be nice to watch someone do it. I'm just like
What is it?
skeptical of actually doing it. So Genie's a tool that lets you sweep the floor. Basically, like they will go. You can say, hey, I want to buy 10 of this floor. They'll go buy them instantly for you, and then transfer them to your wallet. So
Do you
it's
give them
kinda-
like a price, like max?
Yeah,
Is it like limit and market
I
buys
think
kind of
so.
thing?
I think so. Again, I've never done it. I just know the concept of it.
Babs, we are the worst self-proclaimed second guys ever. What could we possibly use this tool for?
If I ever want to sweep the floor,
Like, I don't
I'm
know
gonna
why
use
we're the
Genie.
ones that are going to be
Well-
sweeping floors. Like, that's Lou's job.
No, you
Lou's
get
gonna
someone
use
else
this.
to sweep the floor for
Yeah,
you.
Yeah,
I
we
want to
need
see someone
Lou to
else
sweep
sweep
the
the
floor
floor
for us.
of my bag project so that
Yeah.
it can pump.
So okay,
Please,
so
everyone out there, learn how to use Genie.
yeah, we'll genie it up. Why not? I've never genied. Lemon seemed like
Oh,
a cool
live
vibe.
genie.
Oh, yeah, this is
Is
cool.
this
It's
true?
exciting.
Are there only 802 listed? That can't be
I
true.
have it up.
I mean, that'd be
That
pretty
seems
impressive.
incredibly low.
8:15.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh
No
my
one wants to
god.
listen to
Lemons are
They're letting
nice.
it slide.
Lemons are looking nice.
Okay. Oh, this guy. You're mine. Love that vibe.
Oh, you can choose which ones you
Well, you
want.
get to choose which
Yeah.
ones you
That is
want even?
cool.
Oh, that's kind of
Oh,
cool.
this guy. Like this guy. I like
Okay,
that
so
guy.
it's
But if you're
starting a
picking
little
floor
above
ones,
floor.
I was going to say, if you pick floor ones, they're probably going to get swiped by the time you finish this,
I'm-
right? So
Babs, I'm going quickly.
do the bunny ears one.
I
That
know,
was
but
cool
that-
with the 3D
like,
glasses.
There's only 2 before 0.069.
I don't like I don't like that one as much. No. I might go
haven't really
Halo
had
just
a
for simplicity's
Post
sake.
reveal like this.
We'll do one more.
Ooh, top
Just to-
hat's kind of cool.
Try to get these done.
I like
All
the
right.
frog head.
Ooh,
This
yeah.
one? Like the cucumbers?
No, frog.
No.
There's a frog.
No,
head.
the ones with like the frogs.
It has
sitting
a
on his
frog
actual
sitting
head.
on his head. Yeah, top left, I think it was.
Oh,
Scroll up.
There you
Right
go.
That's,
No,
There's
there's
one.
there's another one too. But yeah.
Cupcake.
I don't
head.
know. Let's go down a little bit. Let's find another lemon that I want. Oh, no, this guy. No, here we go. Hard hat.
No,
Mr.
get that
Overzet.
guy on the top left. He looks cool.
No.
I
No,
think
we're
that's
doing this.
mine.
There's like
this
6
isn't
to
all-
7 sales a minute right now, so
It's
it's
yeah.
not, that's
Yeah.
actually not bad. You might some of these might get sniped from you.
This is
Yeah,
kinda
We'll see.
do I have
I-
to delist that one? If it's coming
Well,
up
Genie-
on Genie.
I'm not entirely sure how Genie works as far as like reverting transactions and stuff. We'll see.
It
I think
probably
if one of them gets
yeah,
sniped, I think your
maybe
whole
fail.
transaction fails. I think. But
Ooh, I guess we'll
Ooh.
find out.
Yeah.
Does it-
We're gonna max gas it because it's only at 66.
I was going to say, how much
It's not
gas
gonna
is it?
make
He did send by all the
that's
plungers.
what I'm
I
wondering.
actually had a plunger. It sold before reveal.
Oh, we swept.
nice.
Got him.
That was actually pretty slick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Good
Trey, we might have to
GG
start
promo.
second guy in here. This looks like fun.
Yeah, I mean that kind of efficiency.
Well, I
So
I
did
also
you
like
set
that
your price
filter.
at 0.08, Dingy?
No, you just
Or you
picked.
just went in and picked them, right? Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
really just buy the one that I had listed? That'd be really funny.
Not-
Oh no.
Not on purpose. I bought things that I liked. I don't know.
Okay, no, it wasn't the one that I had. I had one at 0.08 that I just realized.
Now I need to figure out. I need to remember which wallet these are in. Oh well. That was fun. I like the lemons, and I know people were excited about lemons and like, oh, pump the lemon bags. I genuinely think they're cool. That's cool. I should have
And they're
maximated.
not-
So thank you.
They're not an animal either. So it's a little bit off the beaten path, right? So we're not just same old, right? We've
Yeah.
branched out to produce.
Yeah,
Oh, how-
the next
Okay.
vegetables coming next. You're gonna see
No, no,
the
no,
broccoli
no, no.
one.
When's the
Sandwiches.
lime project? Like lovely lime.
Sandwiches.
When do we think
yes.
limes are?
Sandwiches, that's the new metaphor.
Do we think we see a lime project before the new year? It is December 13th.
Yes. I would take
think
take
it's
that
before?
bet. Yeah. Especially if these keep pumping, someone will make a line more.
If these do well, it's almost
Yeah.
I mean, guaranteed there's a derivative and they're all just green.
How fast
like,
can we
all
do
but
art
guaranteed.
on some lemons?
Yeah, right. Maybe we should be the ones that do it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cut the stream. Cut the stream.
Yeah.
Does anyone actually want to take the bet? I'll take the over on a lime derivative.
Like, you think it's not going to happen before Christmas?
I said New Year.
Specifically
that's
limes.
Oh.
Like you're saying, it
Limes?
specifically is going to
Yeah.
be a lime.
Like a PFP lime
Yeah.
project.
It's going to look like these, but
Nate's going to have to
I
call
would do it for the
copyright.
content.
Well, okay, hold on. Stop the show. TD, hot take. I like the ones with nipples.
Oh
Okay,
my god.
The nipples were disconcerting to me. I actually don't like the nipple ones. I don't understand it.
That's going to live on the blockchain dinghy. Did you buy
That's
one?
True. Lou, do you like nipples?
It's a personal question.
I was trying to catch you. Okay. I think I'm done with lemons for now.
Okay. We'll
do we
do
wanna-
another update towards the end of the show of what the new
For
floor
sure.
is, because it's moving.
Sure.
We'll do that. Let me get this wheel of names actually ready, because we're going to give away some stuff. Some folks threw their Discord usernames in, and oh my god, hold on,
Did
I
you
can't
say
do it
what the
because
What's the first
No.
giveaway for? You didn't even say what
I
it's
did not
for.
do
You
that.
just put the form in there. Didn't tell anyone.
yeah, I'm feeling good and loose. So I don't really give a shit.
mean,
I'm just having fun. Today.
I'll give out a lemon at the end of the show.
That's
Oh,
sweet.
We had some
What
extra,
a-
lemon
extra
lemon
lemons.
giveaways.
Should we? I would give away a lemon.
I'd give away a lemon. We can all do a lemon.
That's
giveaway.
20% of your stack. What are you doing?
You know
Yeah,
what?
you only have 5. I have like an
Yeah,
extra-
I go buy one right now. I'll buy one.
Okay. Well,
I'll
what
buy
a
one.
Oh my
guy. What a
God.
guy.
Well, I need
I'll use my.
to
my
trim
one,
this.
one genie.
I love
Okay,
how we
here's
were
a
like, we're
question.
getting off lemons, and now we're like, we're giving away so many lemons.
We'll produce the show on air. Do we want one list for all the giveaways or separate lists?
I think one list probably works. How many people are already on the list? We could give them another.
36 people on
Shot.
the list, but we can keep adding
that's a
to
good
it as
amount.
we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me trim this list because we have some bad actors on the list
What,
already.
what do you mean?
So
They
we'll
put
take
in
them
their name
out.
in twice?
Yeah.
I'm
We've
not at
had that
liberty
a
to
few
share.
times.
One, shout out to EZ who intentionally wrote in, "Hey, I don't know if this is the same list. If it's the second one, delete me." So that was nice. Okay, the people want another list. Oh my god, what a mess. All right, we're gonna collect some emails. We'll do it a couple more times during the show. You have 5 minutes. So at 10 o'clock, I'm gonna copy the names and do it in Wheel of Names. So this is gonna be for our dear friend from the Discord. White Mike is doing a giveaway, and he has some art up on OpenSea that he wanted to share with you all. So we're gonna go ahead and let me show you what that looks like. And I believe White Mike, you can correct me, but I believe he said the winner can pick from the art that we have, or the photographs that he has, and he'll send you the NFT of it. So got some pretty pictures. I like it, fitting with the Colorado theme, if you will.
I have one of
Blue.
these.
They're sweet.
Really? Do you know which one
We
you
did
have?
a little swapsy. Yeah.
I hope that's White
think-
Mike. That's pretty cool.
I think when I talked to him about, I think has like a friend. He usually like we'll photograph with in there in like a bunch of these.
That's cool.
Yeah, these are sweet. For sure.
There, I bought a lemon, one with nipples, just for TD, so you can.
So wait, do I have to give a lemon out too then? Because we've got 4 of us.
Unless you want to be a
Lemon.
cheap ass.
Yeah, I
Unless you
mean,
want to be a cheap ass, you probably should give a lemon out.
dang, he's really getting shafted
mean,
here.
you're
We already had lemons.
Unbelievable. I get shamed into buying a lemon. Now I have to give one up. So shout out
just
to
part
Mike.
of your Kevin Rose profits you're giving away.
I mean, Jesus, I didn't want to bring up Kevin Rose, but we can. So let's see. White Mike wanted to do a giveaway, basically as a thank you to the community, to the Discord that we have. Link down below. While you're down there, I think the link is down below.
Throw it
while
in
you're
the
down there-
comments.
All right.
Then
Yeah,
other
hit
people
like.
can look at them.
Oh! I was shilling the Discord. I'll shill the
I'm
collection.
saying in the YouTube comment.
Our intern producer Easy is saying Kevin Rose is on the do not talk about list. So I don't really believe that. So thank you, Mike, for being so generous. I appreciate that. Do we want to talk Kevin Rose at all? I don't know.
We should. Yeah, I don't know. What's there to talk about?
Have you gotten value from it yet? Are you in the Discord?
Yeah.
There is no Discord yet. The Discord
Is
opens
Kevin
up
Rose
in January.
cool? Oh, okay.
Like, is this a thing that should happen? I guess is the question. Like private Discords at that expensive of a price.
I personally have kind of an issue with it. I bought it to flip strictly. I knew someone was going to pay more for it than I did. But I didn't want to hold it to stay in the Discord. I don't really what reasonable person wants to pay $4,000 US for access to a Discord for some celebrity. Let's call him a celebrity. I just don't I think it's taking advantage of people. But maybe that's just my personal hot take. I don't why do you think your info is worth that much, right?
It's not just his info though. It's his connections and partnerships as well. So I mean, if he partners with other projects going forward that are also big in the space or that have influence in the space, then there's a very, very solid chance that you make your money back on that, 1 ETH investment.
But I feel like
that was my honest
it's
take
not
on
supposed
it.
to be about getting money back.
Well,
right?
I mean, I guess, but if you're investing $4,000 in anything, Dangy's buying it for the networking that he's going to get. I mean, he's looking to progress in this space, and build connections and network. I mean, that's access to a really big network and a really valuable network. So, I mean, to each their own. Nobody had to buy it, so he can charge what he wants. So. I personally have no problem with it. People can go out and charge 5 ETH if they want. Yeah. I mean, people can charge 5 ETH if they want, and then other people can decide, what it goes for. I think that'd be sweet if we did a Dutch auction for mints for access to here. I mean, we charged for the access to it, so I'm not saying
we have started our Dutch auction.
That'd be fun. That's what I'm saying. That would be no. I'm not saying that actually needs to happen. I just think it's a fun thought experiment. To be honest, what would it
just Dutch auctions in general?
What would people have got on record saying that they would pay or that they would never give up our tokens? So it obviously has some value. Where do you draw the line? I guess.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. It's a fair.
Some are more valuable than others, I guess. Yeah.
That just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Just having that conversation.
I'm not saying we should actually do. I'm not saying we should actually do that. I'm not trying to screw people over here.
Well, Artbox, they had that one today. It started at 5. It got down to 0.75, right?
0.75. Yeah.
And I mean, Dutch auctions aren't always the best, indicator of what the demand actually is. But I mean, it is what it is. I guess it's better than gas wars, depending on how you look at it.
Time's up. Time's up.
No, I had a question. If you actually had a choice between something other than a gas war mint, so you had a choice of a Dutch auction, what's your choice? What's your preferred method?
Dutch auction's the best one right now, I think.
Yeah, I actually if you go back to the Wazies auction, I wish someone else would do that. I actually like that concept. I'd like to see it if it would work again. I don't think Well, even not the multiple days, even just the reverse Dutch auction where you had to be in the top amount of bids.
It's really cool. Yeah.
It was a cool concept. I preferred it to the Dutch auction way. I guess again, you kind of lose your positive EV a bit doing it that way, but it was a different concept than just gas warring it. And I actually I know this is on the redacted list. I hate puzzles. I don't like puzzles, but the concept of not having to mint something and spend a bunch of gas, but rather send your Ethereum to some unknown wallet and then get an NFT back later. Like, I wonder if people will start transitioning to that. It avoids the gas war by you sending, Ethereum to a contract. It's a little sketchier because you don't know if you're actually doing it right. But I like the concept of it. If it's a project you can trust. I've seen a few people do that way. I actually kind of liked it. But again,
I like the idea of that WASI method of the English auction. I think it is, or whatever, just an auction.
English.
But do it on a different layer where the gas isn't $100 every shot. Like it's crazy. But it does add game theory. I get it.
Yeah.
But like, you want to wait for the last second and then just overshoot it. I get that, and it was fun to watch from the sideline, I guess. But I think putting it somewhere where the gas wouldn't be a problem.
Tesolana's doing theirs now. They do their like fair price thing, where basically they set up a half hour where they set the price, and then you can either add to be a part of it or opt in to, if there's more people, they do a raffle. But I do like the idea, if, like you said, you're not making all these gas transactions the whole time, because that's just going to get people off of doing it.
You brought up that comment, and I didn't get to tilt about the Gala Vox drop, and I'm still kind of tilting about it. But that was a different scenario. Like, I sent my Gala away. I expected to get an NFT in a timely manner, not knowing whether or not I was getting an NFT, and them holding my Gala hostage for 48 hours is a completely different scenario than sending it off and getting an NFT within the next hour that I could mint. Right. Like the Gala drop was the worst drop I've ever been a part of. It was terrible.
Whoa.
It was, honestly, like, I'm being completely honest, the worst drop I've ever been a part of. They told everyone you're getting 2 Voxes as long as your Gala was taken. I only got 1 because I think they gave away too many. I had my Gala not in my access for 48 hours. Like, to me, doing a drop, you should at least either give the NFTs or give the money back in a timely manner. Like, you weren't prepared enough if you're holding people's money hostage. That was my rant.
A brief part of my rant was, it's a very Web 2 way of doing it. Like, Web 3 is, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you get your money back minus gas. Easy game. You walk away and you're done. Versus this, you're right. You're at the mercy of literal customer service. Like Budweiser, I had my first purchase of a Budweiser can got stolen legitimately through the blockchain because somebody's smart, and I have my email address. They guessed it and they took it, and they refunded me with ETH like 4 days later. So
yeah.
I did not know that story. That's crazy.
I didn't know that either.
I should rephrase that. I don't know exactly how it happened. I had a confirmation for Budweiser can number 31, and I didn't get it, and it went to somebody else. So it could be that Budweiser allowed 2 people to buy it, or someone in the Discord realized, if you know somebody's email address, you can see the can. So you just go say that's your can, and then you can get it, because you could basically enter in your own recipient address on the website. So
crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I got 2 Vox boxes, and I didn't like the Vox boxes that much.
Well, and plus wait 3 hours of our night, right? Like, I have an issue with the whole thing. Like, either get it right the first time, but don't make people sit around for 3 hours, right? Like, it's every part of that drop was just the worst.
Can we spin for White Mike? Because now we're doing 3 giveaways.
Yeah.
So we got to space them out a little bit. All right.
Are we doing all the lemons at once? Like, someone's getting 4 lemons? Well, 3.
You want to do 7
draw
giveaways?
for each individual lemon?
Rip. Rip needs some good luck. He hasn't had any good luck or fortune as of late. Congrats, Rip.
Rip won a Beeple one time, didn't he?
Yes, I think I believe that was Rip.
Rip won the Beeple.
Yeah,
I think so.
nice luck.
I remember that. That was in the early days.
Yeah, very
Removed.
early. That was when we still cared about
early.
we cared about
Yeah,
Top
that's
Shot then still.
That's when we still cared about Beeple.
Yeah,
I don't think people really give.
Beeple was on Jimmy Fallon, right?
Yeah, it just seems like he completely ever since that $69 million sale, he has just been kind of like deuces. I'm out.
Don't bring it up, but did you guys see the Beeple that he had last night? Because it was not safe for this stream.
Dude,
But
half his work is very half of his stuff is like very not safe for work. For sure.
It's
very phallic.
aggressive. Yes, very phallic.
I mean,
grotesque. Yeah,
it's art. That's how it goes. Sometimes there's some art like that. Like Virginia Woolf on the other side. I don't know. Is that Virginia Woolf with the vaginas? I told you I was feeling loose today. All right, we got Clonex.
This is the companion to that one.
Are you serious?
Like opposite of one of those. You know,
oh my god!
You'd put them if you wanted to breed two Beeples together. Let's put it that way.
You could maybe that's do it on chain.
Oh man,
Georgia O'Keefe, thank you. I'm an idiot. Clonex, Nike. That was a bomb today. So
big bomb.
I hate it when things seem so clear in hindsight, but you're just an idiot. Because what I'm talking about is the Clonex terms, which were weird and were fudded pretty hard on NFT Twitter, at least. Because they basically said you can't fractionalize it. I don't know if there was any other. That was the big one that I saw. I don't know if there's any other weird terms in there. Did you all read those at all?
Something like up to $1 million. This copyright?
It was kind of like for like the Murakami trait ones, like you didn't really own the IP rights to it, or you only owned it up to a certain revenue stream. I don't know. There was something around those ones. Yeah, no commercial rights for Murakami. Like you got no commercial rights for them, and that I think is 15%.
Those were the ones
that
sold more.
Yeah, the more expensive ones, and it's 15% of the collection it was. So like it was weird, right? Like, and it was instant FUD because we've never really seen that other than, punks. But
why specific for Murakami? I guess that's the way they got him to be a collaborator.
Yeah,
I think he wanted to own the rights of his own art so that people can't make profit off of it. I don't know. I'm assuming that's
maybe he's a piece of the ones that are his name, which would be great because that 200 ETH sale was a Murakami.
God, that's so crazy. So Nike bought Artifact, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
What even? I'm an idiot. What is an Artifact? What is their? Is it a street brand company?
I think they started with like streetwear, wasn't it? Like that was how they originated. Shoes, like mainly shoes, right, Lou?
Yeah, they're like a sneaker company. Yeah. And they already kind of had like a Nike look to them. That was the part that was always a little weird to me because someone brought it up, but their logo is similar to a flipped version of Nike, which is funny because the Funks have been huge this week as like a flipped version of a punk. But yeah, they're like an Adidas. They're like one of these brands that does sneakers and clothing, and they're like a hip brand. They're based in France, I believe. So they're like a European brand.
Jesse, I want to talk to Jesse McAuliffe real quick. Of course. They're a metaverse fashion company.
Yeah.
A thing that commonly exists. Get out of here with this.
Yeah.
What is a metaverse fashion company? So
they make clothing for the metaverse. That's what.
But I guess that's confusing because I know like Carlini, who hangs out sometimes in our Discord, flexes on us with his physicals of the Artifact shoes.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe it started with physicals and then went to the NFT world. It was the other way. Huh.
I don't know. I think they were physical first. Like Logie has
Yeah,
one of
for some
the-
reason I thought they were physical
these-
first and they transitioned, but I could be wrong. I don't know enough.
their collab with Ferocious, you were able to claim the physical. So Logan has one, like a physical. He doesn't have the NFT anymore, but he has the physical shoe. And I think it's
Fraud.
the same one that Carlini has. I don't know if they're exactly the same, but it's the same idea.
Chat saying NFT first, so that's when they started.
Yeah, I don't ever remember seeing them in sneakers or anything before. The
I
first I
forgot.
remember seeing them was the Ferocious.
Forgot you're a sneaker bro, Trey.
I was a sneaker bro. Not quite anymore.
Hold on,
So
you weren't in it for the sneakers?
Huh? I still
Were
have
you in
all
it for the sneakers?
I was
Okay.
also flipping sneakers though a lot.
Was the artifact like Nike acquisition the biggest news we've had NFT wise since we've been in it? Like, is it the most impactful? Like, is it more impactful than Coinbase?
I was thinking about that.
Visa did that thing. I don't know.
Visa-
Visa,
Visa
that
brought up
seemed
fun.
more
Like,
like
that
a,
was like
that
a-
seemed more like a like we haven't heard anything from Visa
Like
since
like
then.
Visa.
That seemed
Visa
more
buying
like a hey, we're just
yeah.
branding.
You wanna be part of the
almost.
cool
This
What
club.
if
seemed
we
like
don't see
they're
anything
like-
from Nike
yeah.
after this?
I don't
They
know. I mean,
they bought
this
the
has got to
company,
be an over
right?
$1
Like,
billion
they-
purchase. I mean, they just sold
Yeah.
out how much?
I saw
what
1
was that? Like
billion
$100
was
million or what was their just their
100
NFT sale alone?
like
was
110
ridiculous.
million. They already have
Yeah.
15,000
Like,
in
This is a
secondary.
big
Yeah.
This is a big indication that Nike's not fucking around.
Yeah,
I mean,
Visa
they're
spending
coming
1
into
million
the
on a
NFT
punk
space
is nothing to them. Like Visa, like
No.
Nike buying a company for how much it would have been close
This
to $1
is
billion, I
huge.
bet, right? Like it's
this is arguably the biggest news that we've got.
I guarantee you, it was at least 500 million they bought this company for. Like, how often does Nike go and acquire companies? And now they acquire one that's a big name,
And
a big
Nike's like
name in the NFT
250
space.
billion.
Like, it says they want
Nike
in,
owns
right?
Air
Like,
Jordan, right?
yeah.
Yes.
That's probably the biggest under them. Okay, so hot take. When is Michael Jordan getting one of these Clone X and making that his PFP? Would that be big? Would that be a big name? Like we have the
That'd be
can't-
I mean,
gigantic. Are you kidding
he
me?
bought in. I mean, yeah, but he bought into.
bump of it.
He was like involved in the whole investing in NBA Top Shot thing
yeah.
too, wasn't he? So I mean that was like a couple weeks after the top for back in February. So I mean, it'd be cool to see it for sure, but I don't think it moves the needle as much as this news in general does.
Yeah, like Nike's bought, like the chat saying, have bought like Air Jordan, Converse, and now like Artifact. Like that's their biggest acquisitions. Like step back and think about it. They're
Ray
not
Chung,
always,
does anyone care about MJ anymore? Ray, go to bed.
Yeah.
Go
they're
go
not
away,
they're not
Ray.
out there like always acquiring
Couple
companies.
people.
Like this is a big deal for Nike, right? Like the fact that they want to get into the NFT space and they did it by acquiring a company like says a lot to me. It's not like they're doing it they're on their own and doing a half-ass version. They acquire one that's already has a big presence. Like we haven't really seen a huge NFT company acquisition, especially by one that's a mainstream corporate brand. Like I think we're discounting how big of the deal this is. Like maybe it's not as big a deal as Coinbase, but it's the next biggest deal other than that, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, Nike's a $30 billion revenue per year company. Like it's
crazy.
Definitely big.
It's and I mean, it seems pretty obvious that they looked at the space and I'm sure they wanted to build this themselves, but it was just easier and probably more efficient to just buy Artifact, who had already, I mean, pretty closely aligns with their vision and in their company already, it seems like. So I think the most bullish part about it is that, I mean, Artifact is built on Ethereum. So, I mean, or at least that's where the NFTs were issued. So I think that's pretty big right there.
Do you think we see other companies do this now? Like now that Nike's done it, now that
100%.
right? Like it's coming
Yeah.
probably, right? Like, and I'm not sure if we love that, but you know, it's obviously going to get more normies and just more people in the space, more eyes on it.
Yeah.
Like is Bored Ape going to get acquired? They probably don't need to get acquired, but you start throwing those questions out there, right?
They might be too expensive to acquire.
Well, that's what I mean, right? Like
Yeah.
they probably don't need the exit liquidity, but
I mean, Cool Cats are coming out with their milk token. Hood, maybe they come out and they acquire Cool Cats. I'm sure we could come up with some cool ones. One I saw earlier, Mechaverse, and it was like Blockbuster gonna buy Mechaverse.
Oh my god!
The funny thing about like the Bored Ape, announced like their big game coming out in Q2 2022 like this morning, and now like no one even remembers or cares because of the Nike thing, right? So it's kind of funny the timing of those two. Like the game was kind of like a big deal like this morning, but now no one cares, right?
So I want to chew on Tig's question a little bit because I know Tig's an old school kind of, he's a metaverse guy, so deep into crypto world. The dream space that all the OGs had in mind are getting taken over by corporations. And I know a few folks in our Discord at least had that similar sentiment of like Artifact sold out, basically. If you're into music, I need to read this book myself, but there's a book by a guy named Dan Ozzie about sellouts of like hardcore punk bands that sold out, went to big labels. This kind of feels like that kind of vibe for me of when like your favorite indie band would sell out and go to a big label like Atlantic Records or whatever. What does that mean for that kind of small, tight-knit community that you're in? It's kind of a bummer for me, but it's also inevitable. As soon as Zuckerberg was like, we're Meta, I'm like, okay, well, there's going to be two worlds now. And what's going to end up happening is I think corporations are going to eat the non-corporate world, and that's going to be how that goes for a little bit, at least. There's some open source stuff that still works, but not that much. So I personally I'm indifferent as far as an opinion goes. It's sad, but there's no stopping the train because they're going to back up the Brinks truck of cash, and then you'll be done with a project that's being well run. Specific to CloneX, they were Akira before. Were they always going to change their name, or do we think that might have been like a thing of like, oh, Nike came along and said, hey guys, we have a shitload of money. We don't like the name Akira. Let's call it CloneX, whatever the hell that means.
I like Akira to me was a code name. Like, I don't know if you ever do like acquisitions in a company, people always have like Project Flames or Project Energy, like Project Akira. Yeah, was kind of like
a manga.
Their working title name, which a lot of companies have for working titles of under the radar like secret projects. So I think that's what they're trying to do, trying to go from. But
Kaiden, who I know has been following this very closely for a long time, said Akira was always a code name. So I do remember it being codename Akira. All right, I'll relent that. So then I'm wondering how long ago Nike agreed to buy these folks in this team.
Yeah, and like why was it announced today specifically?
Do you think the Nike acquisition was one of the reasons why it took them so long to get to the mint date? Like they were. Like it seemed like it was one of those things that like, was supposed to come out October and it kept getting pushed back. It kept getting pushed back. I wonder if they're working on all the details of that. They didn't want to release the project while the acquisition was occurring because, it would obviously add to wrinkle if, it sold out for cheaper than they thought, if they didn't generate as much revenue as they projected. Right. So I wonder kind of if they pushed that back, it just kind of like, things start clicking once you hear the actual details. Like it seems like that was probably one of the reasons.
Yeah.
But it is like, why do you think, like, you almost thought like in my head, Nike would wait to see the success of this project before, going all in. Like they didn't give it, like they kind of went in knowing that this project was, could be a make or break. But maybe they knew attaching their name to it was going to make it no matter what. Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what's kind of interesting for me is I had Mechaverse hangover of like Mechaverse was can't miss. And then the last I looked, their floor was under 1 ETH and their floor got up to 8 pre-reveal. So this had strong Mechaverse vibes of like super high floor pre-reveal. And then what happens? And it dipped, but then it climbed back up. And then just rocket ship. I don't even want to look at what it is right now.
This is time. I think it's 5.7.
8.5 was the last I checked.
Oh, those are the vials.
Oh, those are the vials.
Vials.
Oh, the vials,
Almost
yeah.
at 10 right now, but there's only like 1,500 left or so.
Yeah.
Well,
is that
but
all?
it's more than that. You know how they have like, it's weird because some of them have more than one in it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the signs were there, like big name people in the space buying a bunch of them. Like Whale Shark had a bunch. Maddie, who came on the show back in the day, he has the bunch. And I think that, like, in hindsight, but at the same time, like right now, it's hard to trust a project buying into it at 3 ETH. That's like a new project. If they announced the Nike beforehand, do you think the Dutch auction would have started at 5 and sold out at 5?
Yeah.
Yes.
It would have
Undoubtedly.
completely
Like, are you
changed the
kidding
game.
me? Like, it's not even.
That's-
Can you imagine Nike doing a drop? Like, that would. It would have been
People
nuts.
would have funded it because it's Nike.
Of course, people would have funded it for sure,
uh,
and that's why it was smart to. It was
Well,
genius to
The
do.
timing was perfect because they knew it was going to rocket it the day after.
They knew
like,
what they were doing.
I think if they waited a week and the floor tanked, like how bad it would have looked. Like not like bad for them, but just like, no, like would you think Nike would want to attach themselves to Mechaverse after it went from 8 to one Ethereum like in a month, right? Like they timed it so it was quick enough that there wasn't going to be enough like people disappointed that they spent 8 Ethereum and it went to 1, right? Like I feel like they came out with that news pretty quick right after it sold out.
Yeah,
Doesn't feel like it was a coincidence.
It definitely
to me.
seems coordinated for sure.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but
Okay, well,
Just good timing way.
CloneX or Cool Cat, they're now in similar price ranges.
Oh, cool
good-
cat.
that's
100%.
crazy.
Yeah. So
100%.
I don't even know. I don't think it's 100%. I mean, that Nike big brand. I mean, that's hard to
backing.
pass up. Yeah.
before the Nike thing,
that's crazy.
before the Nike thing, I would have said Cool Cat, like no doubt. Now I don't know. Like
Just imagine. I mean,
like
the stuff that they
Cool
have
Cat
planned
has
for this.
Yeah, Cool Cat has
Still
a
higher
roadmap.
count.
Cool Cat has a roadmap. We don't know what potential Nike might bring, right?
Yeah.
Like we know what's coming for Cool Cat. Like we know it has a token. That's great. Is that getting overplayed yet? Not sure. But we don't know what Nike could bring, what other kind of benefits it could have, and it might have a little bit more staying power long term than say the Cool Cat. I don't know. I'm just asking the question.
Maybe it is CloneX, just because if my thesis is I think NFTs are going to stay in some sense. I think Ethereum is going to stay in some sense and going to get more mass adoption. Then Nike's not going to let this fail. They're just not going to. And what does failure look like? Price go down somewhat? That'll be okay. You'll have to deliver value to the people that you have. So I think they would pump money into this environment if they have to deliver value to the owners. The counterpoint is it's like it's back to what Tig was saying. It's like an invader came into Web3 and like stole a project and now it's like, hey guys, come do this. It just feels.
I guess it depends.
It's
on
why
what they're
it's
doing.
genius.
Did they just back
No.
it and they're just like, I mean, there's VCs that come in and back projects all the time. Like, are they just saying, here's $1 billion or whatever, and you could use our name and any of the gear, you can have like Nike gear and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a million different things they could do with CloneX now, in the plans that they have for it and the branding and all that stuff. Like, if you didn't think I mean, this was every NFT person's dream back in like May and June was Nike, Adidas, like all these massive brands coming into the space. Like, I mean, that situation, we couldn't even fathom thinking about that back in April and May, and now we're complaining that it's actually happening. Like, if you didn't think that big brand, if you fundamentally thought like NFTs were going to be like so big that we're going to be interacting with them without even knowing it in the future, then how could you possibly not think that Nike, Adidas, and every single big brand on the planet was going to try and get their hands on it? Like,
And we've talked about it.
Should have seen this coming from a mile away.
Here's my counterpoint to that is they're doing it on like December 13th. I assumed this was going to be a big thing like next year. It surprised me like this late in the year if they would hop on board. But I mean, I don't know if that really matters necessarily. Like financials for a company, they could be in June for all I know, or whatever. But
I mean, maybe trying to front run a not
Other
so great
companies.
looking, or
especially
that for sure, or just a potential bear market in terms of NFTs.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen a
Cheaper
crazy
price.
run in Gary's. I mean, Kaiden in the comments said Gary V's an investor. I mean, if that's the case, then he's probably, at least talking to them and saying like, we got to front run this before things get really bad and really not great in 2022, potentially. Not saying that's actually going to happen, but could be their thought process.
They saw Pepsi getting in the game.
Yeah.
They saw Pepsi, hey friend.
I mean,
WA.
if this isn't like, if we're being completely honest, if this isn't like top signals left and right, then I don't know what is. I mean, we got Pepsi, Budweiser, Meta with that just cringe Twitter thread last week. And then now we've got Nike, Adidas. Like, I mean, these are the top signals right here.
But
whether it's top or not, who knows, but
isn't this the only way we can survive? Like we need more people. Like the only way this goes long term is if more people come, more liquidity comes. Like we need these corporations to bring more eyes to it. Like at the end of the day, like I know we poo-poo it, but like I feel like we need this almost. Like how else do you get more people to accept NFTs as norm, right?
Yep.
And the other advantage that corporations have are they can get different revenue streams and funnel it into this project versus an NFT project. You have secondaries, merch, initial sale. How else do you get recurring revenue coming into an actual project or company that way? So I think, you're right, Trey, that it was inevitable. And I'm personally in mourning of like, oh, it's here. And then, so then I'm thinking for me, like, what do I do? And where do I place my bets and my money when investing in NFTs? I don't know. We'll see. So speaking of investments, Babs, can you give us the lowdown on your friend and why they're doing giveaway? I want to do another giveaway before we spin the wheel 4 more goddamn times for lemons.
Yeah. So I'll tell the story. So I have a friend in a real life friend who, he's into NFTs, but he's not a big minter. Like he minted early. Some of the things he minted with us were, Misfits, Super Yetis, some of those, the aliens. What were those aliens that were the first aliens? Alien boys. So like some of the things like he minted like turned to dust when everything else was printing. So he kind of like, he never got as hooked as like say I would have been. But anyway, the Punks comic #2 dropped on Saturday, I believe, Saturday morning. And he has some Pixel Vault stuff. He has a meta hero. He has a comic, some of the things that he actually, he's held for a long time. So he was going to do the Punks comic #2 mint. And, Saturday morning rolls around. He fires off a transaction thinking he's buying, 12 of them, I think. And what ends up happening is he fires off 3 transactions accidentally and he ends up with 50. He's panicked. He spent 10 Ethereum. He's kind of crapping his pants, doesn't really know what to do. And I said, like, calm down. So, I actually think you're going to make money. You're going to work out, like start offloading them. He sold a bunch. He, ended up doing fairly well. Like, I think the floor hit almost 0.8 at one point. Most people paid around 0.2 to 0.3 for their cost. So he made out pretty well, and he wanted to say thanks, and he donated a Punks comic for a giveaway tonight. And we're appreciative. I think the floor last I checked was still around 0.35. So it's a nice little giveaway for someone, and he just wanted to give his thanks.
I love that, Babs, when you first mentioned the giveaway, you're like, oh, it's a giveaway for something with a 0.6 floor. And now it's down to 0.35.
It was 0.6. That was before the Beanie Fud that basically said, why are you guys buying this? It's just a comic, you idiots. Right? So
wasn't he like part of the people that started all this? He's weird.
I actually like, so My thesis on that is they downplayed it a bit because it's a bit of a PR move. They didn't want the floor to rocket, and they didn't want everyone to be priced out. So they talked it down a bit, mainly to stop some of the FUD. I actually think it was a little bit, they didn't want it to, the higher the floor got, the more people pissed because they missed out, right? Where now the floor is 0.35. It's hard for people to complain if they want an entry point, right? So they admit they messed up the drop. It sold out way faster than they thought. A lot of people that had Pixel Vault stuff didn't even get a chance to mint it. It was their way of saying, you didn't miss out that much right now. I could see them changing their tune later that it has utility. They always do. But right now they're saying it's just a comic. Exactly. So there's no way it doesn't, but they said it doesn't to get people to sell it off, right? Like it's going to have something. You're going to get access.
People are going to be arguably even more pissed when they find out that it has utility, but they sold too soon thinking that there's no utility. So this is, that's just, how did they not realize that 20 per transaction was just an awful idea with no max wallet limit? Like, it just amazes me that some of these projects, like, they're like, oh, we feel so bad after the mint happened and it all sells out in pre-sale. It's like, if you want to sell it in pre-sale, just be authentic about it and let everybody know that. Like, don't act like you feel bad because everybody saw that coming from a mile away, including their own Discord.
Yeah.
Like their own Discord was like, is this going to make it past the pre-sale? It's like, no.
Planet holders.
There's no way that it's going to, there's no way that's going to make it.
What about TD though? TD thought it was taking 2 days to sell out.
He's a planet holder. He wanted it to get to him.
Yeah. All right, let's roll it.
Well, look at even our king.
This is for Lemon number 1.
Yeah, what is this?
No.
Oh, this is for the comic, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
This is the
comic. Sorry.
Oh, Chug almost won.
MacArthur. Congrats. Yeah, we're not. Are we actually doing 4 rolls for lemons? We can.
Did you collect wallets or just names?
Just names, so we can do it on the Discord.
DM me. Whoever won that, DM me your wallet on Discord. Whoever won that.
MacArthur.
Yeah. I don't. Do I know him?
I think is it.
So we're doing 3 name. So he's getting a comic and a lemon. That's
just a comic.
Oh
yeah.
But I have the comic. I'll send it.
Okay.
I love it. Okay, so crypto price down
on stream. I love on stream the chat. Someone said toads are flying. I went and look at the activity feed, and Lou's out there second guy a toad.
You just second guy a toad?
I've been needing to all day, and
I've been thinking about second guying another toad.
They were at like 2.7 when I looked last time, and now they're at 3.2, and I didn't want to miss it. They have the Christmas thing.
Vibe.
They have some Christmas thing happening.
I love
they were down like you could have bought some at like 2.7 today. Hey?
That's what I was saying. That's what I was looking.
That is crazy.
I was just so focused. There was a lot else going on. Like
I like the one you bought, Lou. It's pretty vibey.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a vibe.
5 hours ago, a WETH offer of 2.169 was accepted on a toad.
Oh man, that guy wanted out.
The one you bought it, the guy you bought it off of, bought that for 14 Ethereum.
Yeah, that's all. I don't know. Do you guys ever feel kind of good doing stuff like that?
I feel bad. Like,
here's my thing.
Crazy.
If there's like 2 at the same price, and one is someone dumping it after buying it at 14, I'm going for that one. I'm giving them some tax loss harvest.
It's not an awful looking toad either. I think it's better than some like the brown ones with flies and stuff.
Hey, don't FUD flies. Flies are good. We like flies.
Sorry, dude.
I actually, yeah, Lou, I do like that toad. It's a cute toad.
Yeah, he's a good little toad.
All things considered. What else is new in NFT world? I know. I'm out of topics, but I don't want to go right to giveaways. Any more giveaways? If we have anything else. Do you want to talk bear? We can talk bear.
Are we
bear?
So
bear market.
Bear market tax season. Like what? Are you worried?
Down.
Are you Are you
Should we
liquidating?
be telling the people to be selling things? Should we just have them hold?
I think they
I
should do whatever the
think-
hell they want.
Yeah. I'll actually say this. Like, I think if you have stuff that you know you're never going to sell because it's useless, it's worthless, list it for 0, right? Like, what's your downside if you list it for 0? If it sells, you can write it off. If it doesn't sell, you can make an argument that you could write it off. So like, if you're going to spend 2 weeks before New Year's doing some stuff that you know might be beneficial for tax, list your junk for 0. Like, there's so many
Just
floors
burn
out
it
there.
at that point.
Oh, you got to pay gas, right?
Cost
Like, do you
gas
want to
to
pay?
You gotta
wanna
pay.
the
You
gas?
gotta. I mean, you gotta pay gas to list stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever. Too.
Well,
What about
yeah.
my 4,000 hidden things that get sent to me? Is that going to be like considered value? If I just don't
There's
even
no
ever
way.
interact
None
They
of
don't
it
have
is
any
actually
value,
worth
and you didn't sell it.
anything.
You didn't sell it. So
don't
you're fine.
interact with it and you're good.
Yeah.
I sold a Theo that I bought for 1 ETH for 0.001.
It kind of
Oh
felt
my
nice though,
God.
right?
Yeah.
In a way,
How could that possibly feel nice? That would feel awful.
Oh,
it's 4,000
I mean,
less
it's-
dollars
it's-
that the IRS is looking at.
That would-
It's capitulation. It's
Yeah.
like, these are dust. It's over.
it's never coming
Goodbye.
back, right? Like, there's so many of those things that if they have a 0.001 floor, it's never coming back. Like, just give up, right? And you guess you could burn it. I'm just gonna list them, and kind of.
It just seems like it'd be easier to do it that way than, I mean, if you're gonna sell for 0, I can see if you get like you got 20 of something and you sell a bunch of them for 0.005, you can actually get some shit back. But if you're just gonna list for 0, I guess maybe if you have an entire collection that you can list for, no gas or whatever, then go for it. But it just seems like you're probably just gonna sit there, and who's buying stuff for 0 anyway?
not often,
I'll
but I
find
think
the
like.
account.
I think my point is you can make the argument if you had it listed and it doesn't sell that it's worth 0, so you can write it off,
That's fair, I guess.
right? Like that's kind of what I'm saying.
Especially with the time difference between now and when we're reporting taxes. Like, it's going to be months. So, yeah, I think I'm not a CPA, but that makes sense.
In general, yeah.
in my view.
I mean, I would agree. I'm gonna look to list some stuff that I very clearly took losses on that I'm not bullish on. I think you'd probably be dumb not to.
Yeah.
It's just, it makes sense, especially with how many taxable events most of us have racked up. Adding to some of those losses is never a bad idea.
Once I get this pulled up, we're going to get back to those giveaways because I found a good segue. Thanks to Lou. Lou, do you know what's coming?
Yeah.
So 'tis the season of giving. And so, as you can see, there's 4 hosts. 3 of us had lemons before the stream. One of us added a lemon on the stream, and I'll be giving away a lemon, I guess, that I just genied, which is fine. So to celebrate the season, Lou made this. Thank you,
That was
Lou,
amazing.
for
Best part
thinking
is
of
when
us.
it's like good Babs and you're like clapping with them sitting down. It's so funny.
I love it. I'm also glad that I finally figured out that you are also my stepmom. So thank you for sending that along. Do you send that to like your family and like Christmas cards via email, that kind of thing? Are you that guy?
Jib jabs in general.
I've never heard of jib
You
jab.
just-
You're like, oh, jib jabs?
I haven't
I
either.
don't even know what that is.
Oh, you guys haven't heard of Jib Jab? It's like a website that for greeting cards, basically. And you upload the photos and they have like templates. So you can see what it looks like beforehand. And like that one, I think I could have had up to 5 faces. But it was a great $24 spent for
That's awesome.
it's like $2 a month, but you have to do it for a full year. It was kind of weird. So I made multiple ones to try to make use of it, but I thought it was good. Yeah, see? Jib Jab's been a thing for a little
I didn't
while.
know that Jib Jab. I've never heard of Jib Jab.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
So wait, you have this for a whole year?
Yeah. And well, now I have the year membership. You can get for $2
You
a
just do
month.
unlimited jib jabs.
I mean, it's
We can look forward
Hard
to
Rock
this.
Nick, but it. I always think of it on like around Christmas because I usually see people have sent them to me before in the past as like an e-card, but
Wait,
I
did
mean,
you
I
say
have
Hard
my
Rock
own.
Nick?
Every day, I check for Bab's daily recap. No recap. I wake up at night, sweats, and check. Still no recap. Do something. Where's Job? I'm literally shaking right now. Pete hasn't been here in days. Can he make Babs do a recap? Why is gas so high?
Maybe we could get him to do a song.
Nick, that's a lie. Pete's here. Pete's entered in the giveaway. So Pete's around, sir. Okay.
Whose is this for?
Lemon time? Lemon one.
Are we doing 4 spins though? Like who am I sending mine to?
Well, I think we should do
Well, I
4
think
spins.
Yeah, well, let's do him as 4.
Yeah. We'll do top to bottom. We'll do me first and then end with Trey's lemon, and then we'll figure out how we do the lemons later. Who the hell cares? All right, let's spin.
Yeah.
I'll probably make another one of those. I don't know if he'd
Oh,
put them
God
up,
damn it.
but the Club Top Shot guys.
Fucking easy.
Wow.
That is
It's the best as
how
yours,
down
too.
how down
It's
bad
the
are you
best-
that you have to send a
Yeah,
lemon to
just
EP?
send it.
That is the worst.
That was
Mike
great.
is asking how to enter. I feel nice. It's the season, so we'll enter him in. We threw you in there, Mike.
Yeah,
so-
because the first one was his, so he couldn't be in it. That's fine.
Oh, that's right. So
makes
Mike,
sense.
okay, then we know his Discord name. Great. All right. This is Lou's lemon. This is a good
Yeah.
lemon.
We are
Lou
up to a
lemon.
0.075 floor on lemons.
Siebes.
Seeds.
Oh, Siebes, nice. All
Hold
right.
on. Siebes is currently in New York City. Is that correct?
Yeah, and he's watching our show, entering giveaways. go for
Heck
dinner. See the Statue of Liberty or something.
He went to the Christmas tree.
Go get a
And
drink.
Dirty
You're
Rock.
in the. Oh my God. That's
Never been to
incredible.
New York before. And he's entering giveaways for a lemon.
Hashtag grinder.
Oh, worm.
Is it
close.
worm? Midas touch.
Oh, so close. Nice touch. Yeah. He's a
Perfect. That's
chicken holder,
Babs.
I believe.
All right. One more. Trey. Marky. Nope. Southernmost. Perfect. So I will.
Nope.
Oh boy, I didn't write that down correctly, or I'll look at it later. Whatever. That's fine. Congratulations to our lemon winners. May they not be dust by the time you receive your lemons. I appreciate it. Yes, Worm. You got
Make sure I
rugged.
don't send it to Siebes_NFT.
That's
For that one.
unbelievable. Yeah, that's
What are
crazy.
the
I
odds?
don't understand that. Anything else? Anything we're looking forward to this week? I have nothing that I'm looking forward to this week as far as NFTs go. I'm terrified. Nothing on top of your head. We're all going to Lucky
Oh,
Traders
okay.
schedule.
Yeah, Lou, you know the schedule off by heart. Come on.
NFL Dave had a drop earlier today for you guys. Did you got one right, Babs?
What
You already opened your pack. I haven't opened my pack.
No.
I plan
Are
on
we
just
allowed to
holding
even
any
talk about
packs I
that?
get.
Like, what's the? I didn't read the terms
No,
of service.
it's
We weren't
private.
allowed to talk
It's
about it. We
private.
can't talk about it, can we? They're gonna sue us.
Probably not.
They'll sue our ass if we
Um,
say a thing about it.
Tomorrow is
your
the
account.
Pepsi. That's one
I
to
was
look
just looking
for
at that.
to see what like price
Wait.
action is.
Mistletoes?
Yeah, why do you think
it's
I
the
bought a toad?
Pepsi.
I'm very
Oh,
confused.
isn't
The
it-
chat just
so
went
I'm-
nuts.
I'm excited for the Croaks reveal tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow.
Croaks
Is that right?
is supposed to reveal tomorrow too. Yeah,
Yeah, like
but
I'm
the
looking forward
Pepsi
to
one's
that.
big. Are you guys? It's Trey probably is. You still holding your BYO pills?
No, I'm not. But those I have seen. Those are going.
Those are
absolutely
looking
nuts.
solid.
I
Recently.
minted those. Those were that was a long time ago.
I remember those. I was big on them. I'm like, oh, utility. You can take drugs in the metaverse. What the hell? I'm an idiot.
No,
I'm so
that
bad
was
at
what.
it.
No, that was one that I
I
thought
for-
was really dumb. Actually, I was like, there is zero chance that this seems like something like a cool idea in theory or something, but like, there's no way that they can actually execute that to make it, or that it was so far into the future that there's just it. I didn't think it made any sense.
No.
But
I remember Dangy aping in so hard on those pills. Like that was your go-to. You were so fired up about them.
yeah, so did Doofy.
Yeah,
You
and
I want
was
one.
just
Oh,
going to
no.
town on pills.
I
to
want
see
one.
that.
I want to get. So I last weekend I played on an Oculus, and
Really?
I'm thinking maybe I should get one of those, and that'd be a funny bit to do the BYO pills. I still have to look up like which one I should go for, but they're doing like land, and they just did like a vape one that came out. They're doing a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That was like the Canadian thing they did, but I kind of want one and that could have like a cool Oculus experience and maybe be able to like stream that could be cool. I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys have played it on an Oculus before, but they're fun.
I haven't. I've heard it's very like you play with it, you like it for like a week or a month, and then it's very just like you get
You're older.
kind of sick. It just gets old after a while. So who knows whether that's actually the case?
Yeah.
But I just don't think the technology is like developed enough. Like we can't have the experiences that most people envision quite yet.
It's pretty
You
good.
know, in terms of like
It's cheap.
the metaverse and
Yeah.
stuff. But
It costs about the same as an NFL all day premium pack. So I don't
the
know.
Oculus does.
At least I'm gonna get more out of the Oculus, right?
The
Yeah.
Oculus kind of reminds me of like when Nintendo Wii came out. Like it's a cool new concept and it's like super fun to play for about a month, and then everyone kind of gets tired of it, right? Like
Yeah, that's the problem I have with these things.
it's like it's a cool
Yeah.
concept, but like is it progressed enough that it's actually fun for more than a month long of something new, right? Like I always found that like with Nintendo Wii, like it was fun to play because it was a new concept and like using motion was cool, but it kind of got old after a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
So we're about to break some news, I think. Hold on.
Did I
We're gonna
already
find
miss-
some-
Did I buy this toad after the mistletoe thing? Did I already miss out on it?
No, like there's
I have no
I don't-
clue what's happening right
Should I
now.
be selling mistletoe? Is basically they're just stealing Chenko's idea. These
there was
look like
nine
Chenko.
nine sales after you, and Keegs just bought one. So
That's
I
what I
kinda
mean.
wanna buy a
Can I-
toad now.
There's a
Oh
mistletoe.
my
I was
God,
thinking
these are
about
so
buying him
cheap.
before.
It's like these are knockoff Chenkos.
they stole those from Chenko.
Those are knockoff
They're
Chenkos.
knockoff
What the fuck?
Chenkos. Did
So-
Gremlin do these?
Is this like a live mint, or do you get one for having a toad?
It's from Gremlin. Yeah, I think you have to have a toad. I don't know. Wow.
Interesting.
So
Toad,
Why are they
so
these
these
have
are
already
prices
minted?
already? They already minted?
Did I buy too late? And
This is
I
incredible.
These already
bought
mint,
someone
though?
that already claimed a mistletoe.
Oh, we claim using a toad.
I
Now you
know,
know
but did
his
someone already
wasn't
claim it
yeah,
and dump
they claimed
me
and
this
dumped it.
toad?
I like this guy. This guy's cool as hell. Okay. It's time to land the plane. Hit like, hit subscribe, Follow me on Twitter. I barely tweet. I'll do better at that now. Follow Lou at Lou Dog. Are you still sports? I actually do this
Sherman.
every week. Lou Dog Sherman.
I
on
mean, I
Twitter.
might have to switch it to Lululemon soon. I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good.
shout out to White Mike again.
Follow Babs on Twitter if you dare. Mitch Baba, is that right?
Correct.
Perfect. CP Trey on Twitter. CP Trey with 2 Y's on Twitter still.
Yep.
Love it. Down below, join our Discord. Come chat NFTs, chat fantasy football with our king, Peter Overzet, the deposit king himself. Thank you all. Good night.